Well, these two played a year ago on a Friday night of, I believe it was week 2. And this ended up being a pretty good game up until the point where Kansas pulled away. Will Illinois have learned something from that experience? Will they keep Kansas from being able to pull away and use their own home field advantage? I am Colin Bashnigel, your host here at Basher CFB Show. You can find me over here on TikTok or any of the links down below in the description. But while you're down below there, I ask that you comment what you think the score of this game is going to be and who's going to win this ball game. Will Illinois pull off the upset, or will Kansas be able to hold firm and continue to state that they are a contender for the Big 12 race? All right, let's get straight into this preview. Like the video, by the way. It would help a ton if you did that, if you like the style of video that this is. So Kansas right now favored by 4.5 to 5.5, depending on where you look. The Fighting Illini come into this game holding firm with the identity of Bret Bielema. They blanked Eastern Illinois a week ago. But the one thing I did not like about that Eastern Illinois game was the fact that they weren't super disruptive. 1 sack, 3 tackles for loss. You would expect them to impose their will, be a little bit more dominant, but it was Eastern Illinois. I'll give them a little bit of benefit of the doubt. Don't think that they showed too much there on tape. But what I did see that I really liked is that Luke Altmyer showed that he's a gamer and improved as a passer. He was a gamer last year. He showed that ability last year. But he showed the ability to be a very good passer, and they got development out of Pat Bryant, a guy to watch out for in this ball game, one-on-one, a lot probably with Kobe Bryant. He's going to be very fun. They also came out starting, surprisingly, Aiden Laffery, who is a really good player, it seems like, but this was a surprise. But it seems like Illinois was very high on him because the common perception was the 2 of the 1-2 punch. Caden Fegan was really going to be the guy that gets the first touch, and that just didn't happen. But they did switch back and forth. Caden Fegan is going to get carries in this game, well with Aiden Laffery. Now, depth of athlete, that's going to be a concern. That secondary is not going to have that depth. Out wide, I don't think they're going to have elite athletes in space. That's going to be a concern, especially in this game, but in some of the bigger games that the Fighting Illini play. And meanwhile, they're going to be going up against the Kansas team with depth and quality, experienced wide receivers with guys like Skinner and Arnold and Grimm. They're going to be very dangerous to have to defend. The front 6 is also improved over at Kansas. They're playing a whole lot better with a solid secondary who is also improved. I think that both, or the whole defense, I should say, both the front 6 and the back 5 are going to be improved this year, but you're going to see a big jump, I think, in that front 6 for Kansas. And then Jalen Daniels, his ability to kind of extend plays and use his legs, that's going to aid the run game. Will Illinois call that bluff of Jalen Daniels because of the fact that he does have an extensive injury history? Illinois, to be able to win this game, they got to use Luke Altmyer's mobility and really just like opening up the run game through design quarterback run, zone read, and stuff like that. But then also, when they are able to open up their run game a little bit, use a little bit of play action pass, especially if you do a little bit of bootleg action with him, with his mobility and his gamer ability that he really has to be able to like make plays with his feet. If you do bootleg off of play action when you're having success on the ground, are you going to be able to get those DBs and those linebackers to play closer to the line of scrimmage? And does Luke Altmyer have the ability to take the top off the defense? I saw it more last week against a lesser opponent, albeit, but I saw it more last week than I saw it a year ago. It really did look more like the Tommy DeVito offense, where deep balls and play action pass was really dangerous with DeVito at the helm. I also think that they have to play mistake-free football, specifically Luke Altmyer. They need to not fumble the ball. They need to not throw picks. And then they need to force Daniels to be patient with that ball in his hands, be able to kind of be like short yards, take what the defense gives you, because I don't know if that's what Kansas's offense will be predicated on. Key in on trying to stop the run as best as you can, and then try to make it a dink and dunk game in the secondary. But I do think that Kansas wins simply because of the fact that they do have depth at wide receiver, can continue rotating. They don't have a true wide receiver one. Luke Graham on one play, Skinner on another, Arnold on another. They're going to be able to spread that ball around with Devin Neal as well in the backfield, and also Hayshaw. Offensive balance is going to be crucial to this game as well, and why I think Kansas is going to win, but also the secondary able to win one-on-ones, I think is the biggest reason why. I think they're going to be able to win most of the one-on-ones they get. Pat Bryant will be able to get his plays. But overall, I don't think Illinois will be able to consistently enough win matchups to outscore Kansas. I got Kansas winning this game. I think it's going to be pretty close. Spread is pretty much right on. I think it's going to be a one-score game, 33-27. Illinois plays them really, really tough with that talent, that ability of Luke Altmyer to be a gamer, and the 1-2 punch at running back, but I just don't think it will be enough. I got Kansas winning again, 33-27.